This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It's Friday night. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome back again. This is Alam Mo Ba with Josh Andowitt. This is an exciting day simply because we have a wonderful show today. And I know you guys have been asking for a show for this guy and for this product. And I think we are going to be answering a lot of your questions, and it's going to be really very interesting. Now, also, if you're watching us in the Philippines, it is Saturday at 1 p.m. Magandang tanghali, good afternoon to everybody. I wish that you had a wonderful lunch with your family, and I hope it's a wonderful weekend for all of you. Those people watching us from different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So it is like what I said, I'm so excited to know more about our guests for today. Now, also, just to let you guys know, as always, we are broadcasting live simultaneously on different platforms, namely PHLB Radio Facebook page, simultaneously broadcasting on PHLB Radio YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, please do subscribe. So all you have to do is share, like, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our shows. Now, also, if you have Amazon Fire TV, all you have to do is go to PHLB Radio channel. And if you're using Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. Now, those people who will be doing the audio streaming live, we are on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And a lot of you also, I know for a fact, there's two teams now, Team Live and Team Replay. So, and the Team Replay normally, as the name connotes, they watch the show live by replay. So welcome, and happy viewing to everybody. I wish that you could join us live, but if not, that's okay as well. And happy viewing to everybody. So that said, because we want to cover so many things, we had to ask a lot of things and questions about this particular guest of ours. So without much further ado, a lot of you have been asking me, one, where can we buy the fancy formal wear for men and women? And in the process, we call that barong or barong Tagalog if you are traditional or the Filipiniana dresses. So we will know all about that. We will know the range for that. And a lot of you had been requesting, is that something you buy from the Philippines imported here? Those will be all answered to us by our special guest. And we will know as well, are the fabrics that's used, which one are the most expensive, the least expensive, and how do you know whether your barong is a good quality barong? And first and foremost as well, how do you take care of this barong? Because you guys have been texting me now that you know that we have a guest who's going to be talking about the Barongs and the Filipiniana. A lot of you, they said, we destroyed our barong, we sent it to our cleaners, and they destroyed it because of the fabric and all that. We will know all of that today. So without much further ado, let me introduce to you the owner, the designer, the CEO of Noble Creations, none other than Amiel Noble of Lumban, Quezon. Hello, Amiel. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Jush. My name is Amiel Noble, CEO, owner of Noble Creations. And thank you again for having me. Jush.
And also a designer, right? Based on my research, you are a designer too. You do some designs as well.
Yes. Just correction. It's Lumban, Laguna.
Yeah, Lumban. Oh my God, sorry. I keep saying it's Lumban, Quezon. Okay, now Lumban, Laguna is your province, right?
Yes, my hometown.
Okay. Now, let's show the landscape that he could talk about, his hometown.
All right.
Okay, tell us about Lumban. Because not a lot of people are aware except when you buy barong. Because that's the best place to buy barong in the Philippines.
All right. Thank you for that picture, Jush. I just posted that last December. That's a picture of our riverside. I live by the riverside, so that morning I took a picture of that one. It's like just so proud of my hometown. It's like
That's
it's
a
really
beautiful
beautiful.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can we show
that's
that
just
again so people can and then while he
yeah.
talk about his home province, his hometown. So
Yeah.
you grew up here.
Yes, I grew up there. I swim at that river. That's where I learned how to swim. It's a that's a Lumban River. It goes to the mouth goes to Laguna de Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now, did you go? Okay, you were born and raised there. Did you go to school there for your primary schooling and high school? Give
Yes.
how was what how okay. So where did you go? I mean, for your primary education in Lumban.
I finished my elementary in Wawa Elementary School,
Okay,
and high school it's Wawa National High School.
okay. And then do you go? Did you go to Manila for your
Yes,
college, or
I
you?
went to Manila to study architecture in Technological Institute of the Philippines in Quiapo, Manila.
Oh, okay, yeah, the TIP, right? They call it
Yes,
TIP.
yes,
Yeah.
CIP.
Now, how was it growing up in Lumban? I mean, because since you were there until high school, so how are you from a big family? I mean, how many siblings do you have, Amiel?
I have four brothers actually. I'm the fourth in the family. We're all boys.
So if
So
you're the fourth, you're the bunso.
no,
You're the
there's one
eldest.
more. There's one more. We're five in the family, so I'm the
Oh,
fourth.
oh, the fourth.
Yeah,
So you're next before the youngest.
before the youngest. Yeah.
Now, Amiel is such a it's a nice name, but it's not a common name. Where did Amiel came from? Is it a combination of mom and dad?
No, I asked my mom about it because I four of my brothers have the most usual names in the Philippines, like Arnold, Joey, Michael, and Aris. And I'm
Okay.
the only one who has the name of Amiel. It's like, Mom, where did you get my name? She said she took it from a baby book name, like a Bible.
It's a nice name. It's a very
It
unique
is. It
name.
is. I actually hated my name growing up because everybody would keep asking me. It's like they can't just figure it out the first time they ask it. I mean, the first time I said my name is Amiel. What? They keep asking. I kind of hated it before, but then again, as growing up, I figured it's a unique name, a beautiful name, so appreciate
Yeah,
it.
well, it's a good conversational piece kind of thing because people are it's not your typical Josh or Joseph like what you said Hector or Nestor. It's Amiel, so you don't know whether they dropped the D like Damiel or but at least people would know where do you come from. Where's the name, the origin of the name. Now so you have four siblings and all of you are boys. How was that growing up with all brothers?
And the fact of the matter is that growing up, my dad worked as a construction worker in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So he wasn't around when we were like growing up. So imagine my mom handling five of us at the house.
Oh my God, give it to your mother.
Yeah. And while doing the embroidery itself, because back in her prime, she embroiders Barong Tagalog. I mean, these pieces too. So while doing that and handling five kids, I don't know how she
Amazing.
did it.
Hands off to her. Now, when Lumban is well known, like I mentioned earlier on the prelogue, Lumban is known. Like if you are a clothing connoisseur, you would know that when you talk about hand embroidered, beautiful embroidery, that is the embroidery capital of the Philippines, and that's Lumban, right?
Yes.
Lumban, Laguna. It's I went there. It's quite a trip because it's a long drive from
From
Manila,
Manila.
but it's just amazing, and that tradition of embroidery is still
Yeah.
alive. It's kind of sad because all those like your mom, most of the pioneers, if I may say so, they're not. I mean, I know you're doing something about which we're going to be talking about it because I don't want to say it's a dying breed because it's. I mean, once it's an embroidered barong, you could see that one. It looks very classy. It's very formal, but was it like I know you're doing a project to revive this embroidery. How was that growing up? Like you see your neighbors doing that. It seems like there's a whole street doing the embroidery.
True, true. Embroidery business in Lumban, Laguna is a cottage industry. Like almost every family, at least there's one person or all of the family are involved in embroidery or Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana making. My mom is an embroiderer. I did my part as we call it batak.
Mhm.
Pagbabatak, we try to sew those the 3 meter yards of or 3 meters of the husi. Binabatak namin siya. We call it pastidor. It's like
Yeah.
a long rectangular frame. Doon kasi siya lalabhan. And then they'll put it in front of the house. Back in the days, Jush,
Yeah.
whenever you go to Lumban and you go to the main street, those bastidors you can find that at the front of the houses. Doon kasi binibilad.
Yeah.
Nilalagay nila
When
doon
I
nila
went there, I
binibilad.
saw those. They're
Yeah.
like cloth, like in different sizes, and they like, you know how they do it with the rice field? They do have that. And that's a lot. It's lined up in the whole street. And then
Yes.
you go in, there's like it's the silong of houses. And then you see this lady, kind of mature ladies, doing the embroidery. And it's so
Yes.
amazing. And we'll show that in a while too. We have that for you
Yeah.
as well. Um, and then okay, let's show our picture, on the 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 people responsible for Amiel and his four brothers. Yeah. So let's keep it that for a while. So this is mom and dad, right?
Yes, that's mom and dad. See, that's where I got my good looks.
I could imagine. So I mean, if they are watching right now, what would you tell to your mom, being that she's the strongest woman I know, raising four five boys?
Five boys. Yes. My mom, she's always the law. I mean, in the Philippines you call it batas. She's
Yes.
the batas. My dad is the more caring, one, like the more spoiled, the guy that spoils us, the father that spoils us. My mom is the stricter ones. But my mom is, I mean, how can I say that? I'm always at awe. I did a blog post about her and actually dedicated to the women of Lumban because back in the days, you know, it's still in the Philippines. It's a patriarchal country,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's the father that is the breadwinner. But in Lumban, it's different. The women of Lumban are in equal footing with the father or the men of the house because they make money too. They
Yeah, of
decide for the
course.
family.
Yeah.
So they are the unsung heroes of this culture of this tradition in Lumban because they help raise the family and they always have a say on how the things go. And actually, they were the ones who helped build Lumban, Laguna
Yeah,
because
it's
of
very
their
well known. Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
because without the women of Lumban, there's no Barong capital.
yeah, to this day, imagine that everybody, and that's why when I was reading your bio and my research, when they mentioned Lumban, I said, "Oh, I got my barong there. My barongs are from there." That's why I know right away. Now, what about your dad? Can we show again the picture of the couple? What's your message to your dad? How do you describe your father? I know you mentioned earlier before the show that he was a OFW in Saudi.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about your father? So you give us some insight about how he is as a man.
Yes, my father is a hardworking guy. He he's a farmer by nature.
Mhm.
He used to till the farm even when he was young. So he only went to Saudi Arabia when the times were rough. There were
Yeah.
like five boys already, five kids. He needs to go and seek for a greener pasture somewhere overseas. And during those times, it was Saudi Arabia, like everybody else
Of
back in
course,
my
during that time,
community.
yeah.
So, yeah. And even up to now, at 75 years old, my father still ride the tricycle. He still go up in the morning at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and do the things. Actually, My dad is the one who washed the clothes. Cleaned the
To this
dishes,
day?
cook. To this day, to this
Oh
day.
my
Yeah.
God.
My mom is the queen, you know.
Just like majority of Filipino mothers, they're the queen of the house.
Yeah, they're the queen of the house. Especially when you have your husband and you have five boys.
Yeah.
Definitely, she's the queen.
Now, are all your siblings still in Manila or you're the only one here in the US?
I'm the only one here in the U.S. My brothers are still in. All of them are still in Lumban.
And they're all married with
They're
children.
all married with their kids, you know. So I have like 13 nieces and
Yeah,
nephews.
I saw the picture. Your family is kind of big. Now,
Yeah.
what's your message to your mom before we leave that portion? What's your message to your mother if she
Um,
will see this?
my mom, Nai, thank you for everything. Thank you for being such a strong woman. Even back in the days when people think that women are, you know, just for housekeeping and all that. But thank you for uh, raising us as as a good citizen that we are. I think so. But most of all, thank you for loving us. Kasi my mom, talagang, just because she grew up, you know, in a difficult situation also, she she did her best to like give us a bright future, and so proud of her. All these things that I'm doing, it's mostly dedicated to her. You know what,
Wow.
Jude? Yeah, I remember my mom told us not to be in this kind of business because she knew how hard this thing works.
Really? Wow,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah. At the same time, you know, you parents wants us to be an architect, an engineer, a medical doctor. That's the dream of every Filipino parents, right? But specifically, she doesn't want us to be involved in embroidery business because I know how tough it is for her because she was doing it too back then. But it's just how it is, I guess, the way of life, the circle of life. I ended up doing this myself, and I promised her that I'll be doing it differently. I'll be doing it like promoting the skills, the craftsmanship, the tradition of Lumban, not just like for for our business per se.
But
And
you see,
thank
you're
you.
promoting a heritage that is
Yes,
really,
yes,
I mean, we've seen barongs, but you could really tell the embroidery and the machine, and we'll talk about that. Now, what's your message to your dad? You're hardworking, and I can't believe to hear that he's still doing all the washing and all that. What is your message to your father?
my dad. Well, I can't tell him to to take it slowly because he just can't. He just can't. But he knows that I love him so much that whatever he tells me, whatever he asks me for anything, I keep saying yes because I owe it a lot to him. I always see myself as the younger version of my dad, even for the looks. That's why I keep telling my friends, like, if you want to know how Amiel looks like when I turn 60, 70, just look at my dad.
Look at
Because
your
that's
dad.
me.
Yeah, you're the spitting image of your father.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
my
that's
God,
me.
that is so cool. Yeah. Now, let's show some because we're talking about embroidery, and you came from that place in the Philippines, where, like we mentioned earlier, it's the embroidery capital of the world. We have some series of pictures to show different types of how the embroidery is done. So let's do what we're gonna do. We're gonna show frame by frame, and you'll see that on your screen as well. You tell us about that. So, like in this particular case, what is this guy? It's look like he's hand painting something.
Yes. On this one, it's in the shop. He was, I think, he was painting Bahay Kubo.
Yeah.
Bahay
So
Kubo and the
aside from
environment.
the embroidery, you guys
Yeah.
do painting as well, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
paint on the textile.
On the textile itself, yes, in the pinya or husi or other textiles that we use for Barong Tagalog, we do that too. That's a big
Yeah,
thing
because
also.
in the olden days, these are all modern now. I would say the last 10, 15 years. Because in the olden days, it's really embroidery. Because I've seen, like my mom, when she got married, it's all embroidered. I mean,
Yeah.
her wedding gown was all embroidered. So let's show some other pictures of the embroidery on how this was done. And yeah, so this
Yes.
one.
That one, That was actually last year when I mean last year when they Lumban always had this embroidery festival during September of each year. This one is one of those event that they have a contest of how best in embroidery kind of thing. So they were doing that, and you can see how skillful the artisans of the bordaderas.
And these are, yeah, they call it borderes, and they really do hand sew this, right? I mean, this
Yes,
is not
that's
machine.
all hand embroidered. Yes.
Okay, let's see the other slide. There's a couple of slides because I want to see the different ones. Yeah, on this one, so it's painting.
Yeah, that's hand painted also. See the beauty of this? It's like they're using the fabric as a
Yeah.
canvas of their art. And every time they finish it, you will be at awe. Like this is really a hand painted ones. Like this one, it's really beautiful. That's what they do. They use for Barong Tagalog for gowns and all that.
Right. Now, let's see. I think we have two more to show. Yeah, this one. Look at that, the one you're talking about. So these are what I've seen. Like there's a hang on a clothing pin, like the textile,
Yeah.
and then that's where they worked on.
Yes. Usually when they're doing embroidery, they call it tambor.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they fit the fabric, and
They
that's
kind of
what they
stretch
sew.
the fabric, right?
Yeah,
At
stretch
different
the
size.
fabric, and that's where they embroider or hand paint the Barong Tagalogs.
And then there's a last one frame with the lady. Yeah, see, these are the
Yeah.
ladies, the embordaderas, right?
Yeah, imagine the setting, Jush. They're like in this, what you call it, silong,
Silong, yeah.
and just a table. Then they all have their tambors and the barong that they're or the embroidery that they were doing, and then they're listening to a radio program.
That's right. I'm gonna say, and always a typical. It's not the TV because they have to contract. So they were, they were listening to a radio program.
Radio program. That's where their
They get their
imagination
entertainment.
comes from.
Now, on this, when they do, when they do when the embardadoras will do one thing, how long does it take to do one? I mean, it depends. Does it depends on the design, or is there a specific time? Does it take a long time to do one piece of barong?
Yes, actually, it depends on the design. There are like I think about 6 types of designs in Barong, so it depends on the design how many days it will take. But of course, the most difficult one or the longest one it will take is for I don't know if you see one, the Barong that has all over embroidered or calado.
Calado. I have that. I have the
Yeah.
like what you're wearing. Mine was like front, back, shoulder, and then the arms.
Yeah, it'll take a while for that to finish, about a month. Or so.
One of the thing that I am so impressed was there's no two kind of design. I mean, every design is uniquely yours. There might be some similarities, and correct me if I'm wrong. There's some similarities, but there's no two design. You know how it is like when you buy clothes that ready to wear. There's like 10 of them, 20 of them, 50 of them, but not with barongs, not with the textile, not even the barong itself, even with the Filipiniana, or they call it saya. There's no two design alike, like identical.
That's the beauty of handmade, because the design, even the design. I mean, the drawings are the same or the patterns are the same. It still depends on the bordaderas, on how they will apply their techniques on that one. And as what you said, there will be no two designs exactly alike, right after. That's the beauty of it, because the embroidera. I mean, the bordaderas put their heart and soul in that piece. Their unique heart and soul in that piece.
That's amazing. Now, as far as fabric though, because I know the most expensive or the most classic and really they said very, very formal and very high end is the pure piña, right? Can you tell us the different fabrics from the least expensive? Because I know there's a mix, there's a husi. So if as a person does not have much budget and they want to buy the fabric. Let's not talk about the barong yet because we'll talk about the barong itself later. Like, let's do the fabric. The very least expensive fabric is what?
Organza.
Organza.
Yeah, the organza fabric.
Okay.
It's imported usually from China.
Yeah.
It has that shine effect.
Yeah.
Medyo makintab siya.
Yeah, and I normally see that when it's folk dancers.
Yes.
Yeah. So from organza, what's the next one?
The next one will be Husilin. It's like a cheaper version of Husi.
Husi, yeah.
Husilin, yeah. They call it Husilin. And then Husi. Well, actually,
Husi is made of what?
Husi, it's still made of like, what I've heard is that it's made of still a cocoon silk.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, then after Husi,
then there's another one that's cocoon. They call it cocoon. So it's like a mixture of cocoon silk and organic fabric.
Right, and then after that, there's one more.
There's one more. Well, actually, there's two more because there's like piña silk.
Yes, that's very, very common, the piña silk, because it looks a piña, but it's not, because it kind of still has the shine.
Yes, it's a piña silk, and then the pure piña.
Yeah,
which is the most expensive one.
Yeah, because it really comes from the fiber of the pineapple.
Pineapple leaves,
pineapple plant, right? And a lot, correct me again, a lot of times the fabric, they're not really from Lumban. They are from Calibo, Aklan. They're from Aklan.
Yeah. The piña is from the piña is from Aklan.
Aklan, right? Then from Aklan, they send it to Lumban for the embroidery, because the people in Aklan, they're not known to be doing. I mean, there's some that does that, but if you want the excellent, intricate, amazing, sophisticated design, Lumban is the place.
Yes,
right.
It has to be from Lumban.
Yeah, it has to. Or if they're like they migrated from Lumban to Aklan, then that's a different story. But not a lot of people would do that. Now, in this particular case, though, like I've seen, which one of those that you see most often, aside from the piña? Because the piña I like, because it's not the pure piña. You could wear it so many times and it doesn't really get crumpled and all this creases, because
it looks like
a natural flow.
It looks like it gets even better the longer you use it.
But now my thing though is, how do you take care of that? Because a lot of because I didn't happen to me, because I take mine to Manila. All my barongs, I take it to Manila for them to do the dry clean, because of course they know how to do it, because people in the Philippines they use barong. But here, a lot of my friends and colleagues who had taken their barong to or the Filipiniana dresses, of course the cleaners here, they're not familiar with the piña outfit, and they destroy it simply because it's too hot for when they do the dry cleaning. So how do you, I mean, if you if you cannot take it to the Philippines to have it done, how do you take care of barongs?
Yeah, definitely not dry clean, because they also use like chemicals that we don't know. And a lot of customers really complain about like if they take it to a dry clean, it will damage the fabric. We only recommend hand wash only, like hand wash, soap and diluted soap and warm water. Just we call it wash, just wash.
Wash, okay.
wash lang.
And then you cannot hang it though, because if you hang it, it creates like a creases on the shoulder.
On the shoulder, yes, but you can just lay it. You can just lay it flat
on a towel.
Before you wash it, you don't squeeze it. No pagpag or anything, or you rinse it the same way, like up and down. Wash. And then just lay it flat.
Now, as far as soap though, what soap? Because I was told when I was ambitious and I want to do it my own, they said either ivory or woolite.
I use like a bath soap.
Bath soap.
Bath soap when doing it.
And what
It
do you
has
do with the neck
or
though? Because the
shampoo.
neck gets really dirty as well
Yeah,
as the by the arm.
yeah. That's when the toothbrush comes. You know,
Oh
you need
wow.
to lightly brush it with the toothbrush, just
See, nobody
lightly.
told us that.
Yeah, especially piña. Just lightly
Yes,
brush it.
because it gets
That's all.
yellow after a while because of the
Yeah,
sweat. And right there by
the
the
top
yeah.
and the armpit.
Well, in my case, because and we'll talk about that because they normally come out with a different undergarment. But before we continue, Joseph Gelito, your friend, says, so proud of you guys. Thanks. Hi, Joseph. Galing ni
Hi, Jacob.
Ariel, sabi ni Joseph. And then si Adele Ordinario watching us. I think she's back in Long Beach. Adele says, hello, good evening, everyone. And then we have Marcos who's watching us from the Philippines and some other people who are watching us live. Okay, now, so you do the brushing like a
Yeah,
toothbrush.
a toothbrush.
What about the other textile though? We talk about the pinya. How do you take care of the other textile? Is that something you throw it in your washing machine and put it in the gentle cycle?
No, no, absolutely not. It's the same way. We just we recommend hand wash still on every fabric. No machine wash, no machine dry, no dry clean.
Okay, I
Yeah.
did that once, not put in machine, but I did the wash, what you call it, and I used my bathtub for that. Now, once it's dry, and I put it on a cloth, I lay it flat, and then
Mhm.
and on top of a towel. But what I noticed once it's dry, it's kind of crumpled. There's some
Yeah,
there's some.
yeah,
It's
the
not as
wrinkles.
flat. So how do you do the ripple?
Back in the day, sure. I mean, back in the days, we only know like a flat iron. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not an expert on flat iron, steam iron, it
Oh,
works.
that
Works
works.
handy. Yeah, it's so easy. But flat iron still works best. But if you're not an expert on doing on ironing a barong, don't do it. Just use a steam iron. Like the portable ones, it's easy. They'll
Ah,
take the
okay.
grease out.
Just that's much better where
Yeah,
it
much better,
throw
much
out
easier.
steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the old-fashioned way when you are in a hotel, put it on hot
Put it
steam and put
put
it
it in
and
hot
hang
steam.
it, and then it does it. Because that's what I did when I was
Yeah,
I traveling with
put it
a
in the bathroom.
in the bathroom and let the steam that does
Yeah.
its thing, right? But
Yes.
I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people, those people watching and been texting me, because there's some people texting me about the phone. Please ask how we take care of our barong, because especially if we cannot take it back to the Philippines. Because in the Philippines, the dry cleaners there, they do a fantastic job.
They know how to
Amazing, because
do
they
it.
know how to do it. I was charged like 500 pesos or $10. Here, it's more expensive and they can destroy it because of the fabric.
Yes. True.
Okay.
I just had a customer a while ago who damaged his barong.
Yeah. Now, on this, okay, about your company, I know you started, I think 2017. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So tell us your humble beginning on why. You mentioned earlier that your mom said, stay away from this business. Okay.
Yeah.
But here you are, 2017, opening at Noble Creations.
Yes.
And
I
that,
used okay. Go.
and,
Uh,
go ahead.
I used to work as a manager at Panda Express, like 7 years.
I was gonna say that because I saw your logo,
Yeah.
one of your it says your name in there, and then it has the panda. And panda is my go-to. It's my comfort
Right.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a tough job, but definitely I learned a lot from that company on how to, handle business as a manager because they trained us so well. But it's really a tough job. So when I had a chance of putting up a business, I I actually did other different things in Amazon or in eBay, not the barong itself, and it just dawned on me like why not barong? I didn't know that there's a market in it. Actually,
Oh my
honestly, I didn't
God.
know.
In the
I didn't
in
know.
back in the days when I was a lot younger, we get our barong. There's this store, Sari Sari, which is it's a specialty store in downtown LA. It's closed now, and that's we
Mhm.
get our barong. Unless you have family or friends who would be flying in and out of the Philippines, and they get you the barong, and they normally
Yeah.
get it from supermarkets, the big department
Yes.
stores, but they're not as beautiful as I've seen in the picture of and some of your work that I've seen, and we'll show a lot of those pictures today. And one of the reasons why I was so engage in having you is because I normally, a lot of times when I go to Filipino parties or for any occasion, especially it comes June, which is the Independence Day, when people would be wearing barong, a lot of people would be asking because I normally would wear my pinya, which was I got from Lumban, and they would say, "So where do you get that?" And I would say, "I have to get it from Lumban," and it is. And lo and behold, I came across Joseph Gelino, and I said, "That's a beautiful barong," and they said, "Oh, I got it here." What do you mean here? Here in the LA, yeah. That's why I said, "Who is this guy? Introduce me to him because I want to guess him so people who would be watching this not only live but also on replay would know they could purchase their own barong, whether hand broidered or embroidered or machine broidered or painted through your company, through your store, which you have a local outlets, meaning you
Yes.
have your own store." Okay, you mentioned that you were working first with Panda Express, right? For
Yes.
7 years. And then you did some business with Amazon and eBay and all that. But what made you decide to open a barong, a Filipiniana barong creations?
I was actually just testing the waters because
Uh-huh.
I actually didn't know that there's a market on this. And when I started, it's like I know the ins and outs of the business because I grew up. I was raised by my mom or by the people around me doing this business. So when I started, it's like I just had a balikbayan box full of Barong Tagalog and kids Barong and then I just put it up in Etsy, and then people will start buying it. Oh, well, there's actually a market in it. But when I when I when I envisioned doing it full time, I wanted it to be like uh, a modern type of thing that people will like, that people can afford, and people can relate to. So that's I handpicked all the designs for my the barongs for the Filipinianas because I mean this is what I'm gonna wear. If I'm a buyer, this is what I'm gonna wear. I'm not gonna put up for sale or a barong. That's something that I won't wear myself. So and it clicked, and then I put up designs for for millennials to appreciate, for the younger generations to actually wear, and they just keep coming in throws. Like when they have the JS prom, when they have their graduations, they will order this and that, and they will say that, oh, I like this, and they will post it to Instagram, and then word of mouth, Noble Creations, we started to grow big, and now, as what I've said, I'm putting up another shop in a more Filipino concentrated community, and
In
that's here in
Artesia.
Artesia. Yeah.
Well,
So,
before we continue, Ellie or Eli is watching. Yeah.
Ellie,
Hi,
Ellie.
Ellie, how are you? Happy viewing. Okay, so your first store. Okay, I will give you all the information in a minute for those people who are so excited. My phone is going off the hook. Where is the location? We will get that to you in a minute. But so he opened a store. It's really a shop in Garden Grove.
Yes,
And what's the address in Garden Grove again?
that's 9522 Chapman Avenue, Garden Grove,
Okay, so
92841.
9522 Chapman Avenue in Garden Grove.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's really a physical store that you have your
that's a physical
display.
store.
It's really a store. But you also, for people outside, because we have people watching globally, for people outside, especially in North America, and they want to buy it, they could order online, right? You have the
Yeah.
online store, and that is
www.noblecreationsonline.com.
that is so easy to remember. So it's Noble or Noble Creations
Noble
with an
Creations
S
Online.
Of course, in America, we call it Noble,
Noble.
but it's really
Yeah.
Noble
Yeah. Yeah.
Creations.com. And it's
Noble Creations
online. So
Online.
it's really easy. And there's a lot of barongs from kids, women, men, name it, they have it. They have other accessories too. They're all embroidered. Now, you do mention earlier that you do other the embroidery could be machine or it could be hand broidered. What's the
Yeah.
difference? Other than, of course, it's machine, but is
Yeah.
the machine better than hand broidered or is it more expensive? So walk us through that.
Well, hand embroidered is usually more expensive just because it's hard work, it's labor intensive,
Mhm.
it's heart and soul of the bordaderas or whoever finishes whoever do the finishing product of the barong Tagalog. It's just pure heart and soul that's in there. So you will really appreciate what you're wearing if you're buying a hand embroidered barong. It's more expensive, but it's a classic.
Yeah.
So you can tell the difference when you see
Yeah,
it. Like
of course you
the
can.
the,
Yeah.
the machine embroidered, it's really fine. I mean, the embroidery is fine, but you can see the roughness, the rawness of the hand embroidered barong, and that's where you like it. That's where you be drawn into it because of the rawness of the hand embroidered ones.
Okay, now your collections, your creations, and then you said you bring them back. Are they all produced and manufactured and created in the Philippines and you bring it back here to your store, or they locally produced here?
No, 100% Lumban made. Yes.
So you fly like how many times a year to get your supplies?
I I go like three times, at least three times a year, but I do ship it from Lumban to here via DHL.
Yeah, of course.
So
Now,
yeah,
if a person would you sell them online, but if you do you do custom made as well, and how long does it take if it's a custom made?
well, depends on what they're asking to do with custom made, but we usually ask at least a month for the turnaround. And we usually ask them first, like, how customized do you want this? Like, what's the design, or would you like our design, and then just custom made the color and the measurement, so that will be easier for us. But if you're gonna ask us to custom made, start from scratch, that will take, at least we'll ask for about 2 months
Yeah,
for a
but
turn.
that's possible though. Like for example, a wedding entourage,
The
right?
wedding
A
entourage, yes,
Filipiniana wedding or a
yes,
debutante. Normally
yes,
they would like because they want, especially nowadays, they want because of the Asian, we call it the Asian power or empowerment. There's so
yes,
much appreciation now for something Asian, something Filipino. There's
yes,
always been an
true,
appreciation before, but it's more now. It's more
yes.
pronounced now. People really has this affinity now to wear Filipino outfit.
Yeah,
That
you will be happy, or I mean, you'll be elated to see like the youngsters coming in, like bringing their parents, and the parents will actually tell me that she's the one who wanted. Their kids wants to wear barong or Filipinianas at their JS prom, at their graduation, at their debut party. They were the ones, the younger generations were the ones asking their parents to have it, which is, a proud moment for every Filipinos, because they appreciate. I mean, these younger generations who were born and raised here in the U.S. are appreciating what we have, and it's what we actually need. You
yeah, and
know?
it's uniquely beautiful though, especially when you see them in a group. It's really
Oh yeah, yeah.
if you really want to be a standout, have a very nice hand embroidered from Lumban Barong, and you don't even have to make an effort. You will stand out. That's how
Oh yes,
beautiful
for sure,
the Lumban
for sure.
Barong would be. Even if hand embroidered, like you mentioned earlier, with the machine as well versus a hand embroidered, if you put a hand embroidered together with the machine, it will stand out.
Yes.
It will stand out. You could handpick the hand embroidered from the machine. That's why it's always if the prices is kind of, it's not as very expensive, but it's worth it. Like what you said, it's classic and it's for safekeep, and you could hand it on to generations to come.
Yes, for
Yeah,
true. And you can brag about it, really.
yeah.
And you
Now,
are entitled to.
yeah, your barong though, does it come with a lining? Because most of the barongs that I have, it comes with a very film like lining
Yes.
on it.
Yes. This one, yeah.
I was
This,
gonna say like your barong, it comes
yeah.
like, because remember how some people would wear it with capuchino and
Camisa chino, yes.
with the Chinese outfit, and then it would show skin. In your case, you have just like mine. It comes with an undergarment that goes with the barong. Of course, it's a different price.
Yeah.
So that it comes together, right?
Yes. This barong of mine is lined also, but I still wear like the white shirt inside, because I'm not comfortable not wearing anything, undershirt inside. I mean, you
Yeah.
can not wear a barong. You're allowed to. You're allowed not to wear a shirt inside. But for me, I will always wear at least a white Hanes shirt or a camisa chino inside.
Yeah,
Because
but nowadays
that's
though,
what I'm used to.
like when you purchase a barong, it comes with its own, not a lining, but it has its own like katipunero. They call it katipunero. Like
Yeah,
it's like a long sleeves and it's a beige or almost brownish in color. That's why
yeah.
your barong, when you put it on, it it will give a different feel because you could really see the fabric. Is that something that you recommend, or is that something that you sell in your store? I didn't see it on your website though.
Uh, I mean, for me, no, not really. I don't. I mean, it's not like I don't recommend it, but people, the more traditional ones, they would like to have that
Yeah,
uh, worn inside.
yeah,
But if you're wearing an expensive barong, then you'll add this because this camisa chinos. I mean, I can have it, but we'll have to like import it back. I mean, again from the Philippines, it will cost
yeah.
you about 20 $30 additional, where it will have the same effect as wearing a white shirt inside. That's just me.
The white collar one.
The
Now,
the Hanes
your
one.
your store, what are the okay? You do carry, of course, the traditional barong. You have Filipiniana dresses. What other things do you guys sell? And we'll show some of them later. Do you have the alampay? They call it alampay or the show.
Yes. Yeah, we have alampay. We have alampay, the shawl, the panuelo, the poncho panuelo. In my shop also, I sell tablecloths.
Oh, okay.
Tablecloth,
Embroidered.
yeah, embroidered tablecloths, pinya, cocoon, husi. They're expensive, but they're really classy and classic. I sell that on my shop. I don't put it out in my website because I don't want it to be like something that's returnable. No, it's you have to see it. You have to see it and buy it. Not online.
Now,
Yeah.
your store, though, it carries the different fabrics, and then you carry also not only the hand embroidered, but also the machine embroidered.
Yes.
Okay, so depending on your budget, then they could work around that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, before anything else, happy viewing to everybody who's logging in. Now, let me show some of the other things, the other designs, and you tell us whether these are machine made or these are hand embroidered. Because we'll start with a couple of your models that we have. So, let's do one after the other, and so he could talk about it. Yeah,
That's
this
hand
one.
that's hand embroidered. Pinya, pure pinya, hand embroidered, calado and everything. That's like worth a lot of money.
When you say worth a lot of money, what's the range? Range.
Range is about what, $3,000 to $5,000.
So that's the whole thing, front,
That's the
back,
whole thing.
and
That's the whole thing.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide,
That's
please.
over embroidered. Yeah. That is a machine embroidered one.
Okay,
The the
so
top,
it's a machine
the,
embroidered,
the
but
ladies barong. Yeah.
when it's machine embroidered though, it's coming also from Lumban, or you have a
Yes.
different supplier,
Yes, it's coming from Lumban also.
and then the textile would be shipped also from the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay, and in this particular is how much would this cost?
That one.
Yeah,
Oh, this one. I mean, the top is about $80. The skirt is about $50, 60.
Well, the good thing is you could wear it differently though. Like you could wear
Yes.
the top with the black jeans,
Or the
the
pants
pencil cut
with
jeans or pants, and
the
then the
skirt.
skirt with a different blouse. So
Yes.
it's not. I mean, and is that a machine wash? Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. Is it
No.
machine embroidered? The first
Yes.
one.
The item before that. Yes.
Okay. What's the third one? Let's see the third one. Let's see. Yeah, this one.
That one is machine embroidered. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Next. Yeah,
That
this one's beautiful.
Yeah, that's hand painted.
Yeah.
That's hand painted. Yes. That's a very popular item in our shop.
And normally I see they call it bolero, right? I mean,
Yes, we call
yeah,
it.
it could be with, yeah, and then you just put that and it looks like
Yeah,
piñata and you
they
take
can
it
put it
off.
over anything or nothing. Actually.
Right. Now, let's go back to that one, the one with the yeah. On that particular one though, how much would it cost? Range.
That one is $70 to $80.
See, that is so reasonable. That is
Yes,
you could use it so many times.
and in a different way.
Yeah. And you could even
And
put yeah.
that's a work of art. It's just they use the sleeves as a canvas.
Okay, I have a question here on this hand
Yep.
painted. Is it dry cleaning as well, or how do you take care of it? It's the same
Hand
way.
wash, hand wash only,
Wash?
hand wash only, and no flat iron over the paint, just at the reverse side or steam iron.
So and then a follow-up question: the paint does not fade.
The paint does not fade. No, I
And
mean
it
the paint
does
does
it
not
chip?
fade.
Because if a paint, does it chip? Remember how sometimes when it's older and you've used it so many times, the paint start chipping off?
Yeah, yes, it happens. Yes, I'm
It
not going
happens.
to deny it happens. Yes, but
Okay,
it's all in the matter of how you take care of it.
that's true. Just like any other clothes. Okay, let's go with other slides, please. We have a couple more, so at least they have a variation. I know you do a lot of fashion shows that you are engaged. As a matter of fact, I think this is the time we could introduce. You are gonna have a fashion show. So those people in New York,
Yes.
please do watch Amiel's collection at the Noble Collections Fashion Show in New York. He's gonna be part of the Fashion Week, the very highly recognized and talked about Fashion Week. So talk about your Fashion Week first.
All right. So I'm bringing Lumban made products in New York on February 10. We'll be part of the New York Fashion Week under Alegre Productions. So at 3 p.m. at Gotham Hall.
It's a Gotham Hall, and do you have the
Gotham
address of the
Hall,
Gotham Hall?
Not in my head right now, but just
Okay,
Google
I think we
Gotham.
do have a poster. I don't know if Johan could show that.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful poster. Able to research. I will show that as soon as that came into being. So you do participate in different fashion shows, right? Is this
Yes.
the first time you're participating in New York?
Yes, this is my first time in New York, and this is the biggest one so far. So I'm bringing all my guns and ammo back in New York. You know.
So how many people? How many collections are you bringing?
My part, I'll be having 15 collections.
15.
Yeah,
So this is one of the posters we've seen for the New York. So
yes.
that's Alegre Productions, and of
Yes.
course, the person in the middle is Amiel.
Yeah, that's me.
And then there's two. So all your showcase will be the piña outfit, or it could be a combination of both.
A combination. Like I'm bringing mostly piña with hand embroidered items.
If they're all hand embroidered, or some will be machine embroidered.
They are all hand embroidered.
And it will be from just be the ladies wear and the men's wear, or including bridal.
Just ladies wear and men's wear.
And
Barong,
those are
yeah.
Those are, see, the thing that people should understand is barong nowadays is really cool, chic, and really nice to have. And you could wear that, not daily wear, but special occasion. As a matter of fact, if you do go to any Filipino event or any fashion, any dinner, and if it's a formal, you could wear barong, and it's considered a formal wear, just like wearing a tuxedo.
Yes.
Because a lot of people would say, can we use barong if it says a black tie event? Absolutely. Especially when it's a Filipino event. Barong is considered a very formal wear for Filipinos. So if you don't like wearing a tuxedo and all the trimmings of a tuxedo, you wear a barong, a very nice fitted barong that is hand woven, embroidered, and you could get it from novel creations. I think that will be more than sufficient, and you will get a lot of second look and compliment.
Talking about, I mean, based on experience, actually, I go in events where wearing my barongs, of course. You know, there's piña with hand embroidered stuff. Everybody will compliment me, even the ones who had the best tuxedos in the event. They will compliment my outfit. It's like,
And
what is
and
that?
and check out. There's one that I don't think I have a picture of. In his website. There is he named all his barong with a name. Look for Sinag. That is one heck of a beautiful. I don't know if it's a machine sewn or is it it's embroidered. It is so beautiful. It's Sinag. The Sinag is ray. It's the ray of the Philippine ray. It's the sun.
Yeah.
And it goes from one shoulder across. And it's so beautiful.
Yes. And we'll be adding a lot more different designs with the barong. Mostly, we're gonna embrace the tribal designs, the ethnic designs, the alibata designs. Those
that would be nice because that's the new thing now. People are really eating those up.
Everybody's looking for it. Like when I tell customers, watch out for our new lines. We'll have those alibata, the ethnic designs, and they just
And you do have one. You do have one ethnic design on your collection that is online.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue showing some of his other barongs and dresses. Yo, let's click this one.
What a good-looking guy. Who's that?
Who's that? You? Okay, so this one is it hand embroidered?
That's hand embroidered. That's hand embroidered.
Yeah. And in this particular one, and then the fabric is yellow. Is it dyed? Is it?
Yeah, it's dyed. It's a piña fabric dyed in royal blue.
Okay, now in this particular one, I would assume it's front and back and shoulders.
Yeah.
What's the range on this one?
That will be about $600.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. And that's cheap.
Yeah, when if it's embroidered, it's like front and back. Okay, go ahead. Next.
That is hand embroidered.
Yeah, but look at that. So this is hand embroidered, but see, this is how you could wear your barong too. You could have a tack in, or if it's the other kind, you could. So at least you could see how beautiful it is. And this is the model is a white guy. So white guys now wear those too.
Yes. And look how beautiful it is. Well, when they were wearing it too, they like it.
Yeah,
I mean, who could not?
Yeah,
I had a few customers, different nationalities that they will ask, they will buy from me. Like I will ask them, like, where are you gonna use it? Are you going to a Filipino event? No, like I just like this. I wear this all the time. They were asking me like they were wondering why our Barong Tagalos and Filipinianas doesn't go mainstream as a fashion when it is really beautiful.
Well, and before they only use it when it's a Filipino event, but nowadays I've seen it in weddings and other occasions. That's not typically that you normally would wear a barong, but I've seen that now because again, like what I said earlier, there's this fascination about the Philippine culture. There's always been a presence, but now because of because of Hollywood, because of what's going on, and there's Filipino pride. So it doesn't have to be a Filipino event anymore, and it could be more mainstream. I would be surprised that one of these days we could see it in the red carpet of the Oscars with one actress doing that.
Of course, yes.
Not Filipino wearing it.
It will happen.
It will happen.
We will make it happen.
Yeah, of course, in our lifetime. Go ahead. Let's show some more video, some more pictures. Yo.
That's hand painted.
Yeah, so this hand-painted Filipiniana dress, how long does it take?
That, painting-wise, will take about a week.
A week, and this is imported from Lumban?
Yes.
Okay.
Still from Lumban, yes.
And then in this particular, what's the range on this one when it's hand-painted?
About $400 to $500.
Okay. And then do your company would accept, of course, cash on all major credit cards?
All major credit cards.
Okay, and there's a question. Do you do layaway?
Layaway depends.
So it depends on the customer.
Yes, depends on the customer.
Do you have a payment plan?
on Etsy. I mean, in my website, we do have like I forgot the Clara. I forgot the payment plan that we
Okay,
using.
so there is a
It's a
payment plan, so
website
that's nice
provider.
to do because if
Yeah.
somebody really wants it badly, they could do all different kinds of form of payment.
Yes.
Let's do some more. Yo,
That's hand painted.
see that's the top though, right? The bottom is not.
The bottom is the hand painted one actually.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
more.
That's in Husi.
Who see?
So
Wow, see,
yeah. Yeah. She's the Miss Philippines USA wearing
yeah.
that one. Yeah.
I think you were one of the sponsors there too. Go ahead,
Right.
yo, more. So
Yeah, that's
it shows different styles. And on as far as styles though, are you the one putting this together, or you're more on
yes.
the Barong side, or this is your design?
Um I'm actually helps me with my cousin and my aunt. They were
Mhm.
helping me with the designs. So but the final say will be up to me.
The final look. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
yo. There's a couple more. So
That's
see, it shows that it could be for single female, young
yeah.
millennial. It could also be for teenagers, and then of course for the ladies and the mature people. And then we'll show some kids' fashion too in a couple of slides. Go
Yeah.
ahead. So it could go, yeah. So there's another gentleman here who's
Yeah.
non-Pinoy.
Non-Pinoy.
Yeah,
He he actually appreciates that design because he said it's closely related to their culture too.
yeah.
That one, he loves that design. He was
Okay.
so thankful he
Look
was
at
wearing
the
that.
next one. It's very colorful. I mean, you talk about eye-catching design and look at the color, the vibrant color.
Yes, the kimono top that she was wearing was a hand embroidered full calado kimono.
Yeah, when you say calado, for
Filipino.
those people who are not familiar, it means it's fully embroidered.
Yes, but
Okay.
the eyelet, the one that the embroidery, you can see the eyelets
Yeah,
like little holes. That's a calado.
yeah. Go ahead, next.
Yeah, that's a that's our take on a modern kimono Filipiniana.
Yeah, so see how creative you guys could go, and then it's so uniquely beautiful because we've seen kimonos, but look at that. I mean, it's really a talk about being a standout. You
Yes,
don't
that's
have
a
to
very
make an
popular.
effort. It's
That's a
really
very
one, it's
popular.
a conversation piece. At the same time, it's you really stand out without making an effort.
Yes, that's a very popular piece.
Yeah,
That
but look
one.
at this one is nice. This one is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes,
That's
that's
hand painted, right?
hand painted in a piña fabric. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Next. And those listening to us on radio, we're showing different barongs and dresses, Filipino dresses. So if you, it seems like, of course, hopefully you could catch up live and or team replay and watch the videos, so you would be able to see the creations because it's hard to see it when you doing the audio streaming. But we're showing different look of take on barong designs. Okay,
Yes.
see, look at that because normally in the olden days, barong could only be, the typical barong, meaning it's just plain color, one
Yeah.
color, it's like beige or kind of brown. But now it comes with different assorted rainbow colors as well. Like in
Yes.
this one, it's all I think it's dyed in blue, as well as this lady wearing a white and a
Hawaiian.
top and a blue top.
Yeah. Blue sequin top. Yes.
Yeah. So look, this one is full red Filipiniana dress, but this is not your typical Maria Clara outfit, but it's really a modern take on the Filipiniana outfit, the terno.
Yes. The silhouette of that one. Very nice.
Yeah. I think we have a couple more. We'll show some more for kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's more for guys here. So we're trying to show this to make sure that people are aware it is for everyone.
Yes, we have barongs for everybody and all sizes too. We carry all sizes.
Okay, when you say sizes, how small can it go?
Extra small, extra small, and we our sizes are up to like 8X, 9X for men.
Ah, wow.
Yes, and 7X, 8X for women.
What
We we,
about
we try to accommodate every sizes.
what about those guys? Because I know, like I'm with sleeves of 32, and I have people too with the sleeves of 34 because they have longer sleeves. How do you adjust that? And some people we know for a fact they have elongated bodies.
Yes,
So is that something you cater to? Because uh,
yes,
yeah, one of the problems, like when you go to like a commercially placed, like if you go to a department store in the Philippines, if your body type is not fits the mold, you cannot buy it because it's either short on the sleeves and short on the length.
yes. In the Philippines, I think RTWs are only up to 2X or 3X,
Yeah, and it's yeah they don't go to extra small.
and like 3X or 2X would be like equivalent to large only here, large
Yeah.
size here in the US. So we carry about here we carry until like 7, 8, or 9X. That would be about 5 or 6X US
Oh,
size. So we really do have lots of customers who comes to us, with on the bigger side because they won't find any in other sizes than other shop, and we try to accommodate those sizes too.
okay.
We're yeah.
Yo, can you find some of the kids' fashion? We brought at least they have a sample of some kids. I think we have a couple of theirs, a girl and a boy. So at least we've shown. And then those people who wants to see more of this design that I was talking about, the sinag and the traditional, you could definitely go to their website, which is www.noble creations
Creations
with an S,
online.
huh?
Noble Creations
Yeah,
online.com.
doublecreationsonline.com. They have like it's categorized. Yeah, right. Look at this beautiful little girl. Look at
Yeah.
how beautiful that design is.
Uh,
He's wearing pink with some with the the sleeves
the
of
mestizo
the shirt.
sleeves. The
Yeah,
mestizo
and then
sleeves.
there's another one that for the young boy there. So imagine if you have an entourage for your wedding or for your debut, and you have people wearing balong. That will be a talk of the town because it's not only it's very formal, it's hand sewn or hand embroidered, and not only you look good, you're helping also the economy of the Philippines because and we are targeting also on the different aspect of Philippine tradition, which is
Yeah.
the embroidery. Yeah, look at this guy.
That's my
So
niece.
cool.
Oh, my nephew.
Yeah, it looks so cool. And that. Oh, and then let's talk about the design. See, I don't wear what you're wearing because that's your traditional barong. I'm always because of my tradition. I'm one for Chinese, so I always have either the
Chinese color.
Chinese collar or they call it there's another
Mandarin.
the
Mandarin color.
yeah that one. What was that again?
Mandarin. Mandarin
Mandarin,
color.
yeah, the Chinese color and the Mandarin, yeah, and those are, I think I have six of those.
Yeah.
But that tradition, because that what you're wearing right now, which is beautiful, but your traditional barong,
Yeah. The more traditional one,
the more
yes.
traditional.
But
But
the
now,
Mandarin color ones, those are very popular.
yeah, and the Nero, I have a Nero,
Oh.
kind of like high. And then
Oh.
one of the thing too that I personally would like to have with in the future, of course, would be now the most common now, especially for people in Congress or the politician, they wear which is a new wave now for barong. I don't know if you carry them. They call it the coat barong.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we do have that in the shop,
Yeah.
and we also accept custom order for that one.
Yeah, because one, see that barong, like I tried to have my barong Amiel, like it goes lower on the front because it's so hard to wear them. You put it on on your
Um,
head, and it
oh,
get all messed up and all that. And somebody has to kind of like pull it from behind, right?
yes,
But with a coat barong, it's just wearing a coat.
yes.
And
It's a full open one.
it's a full open one. Or
Yeah,
with the Chinese collar, the
with the
Mandarin, I do it all the way down, so I don't have to do it because normally I think what you're wearing is half half bottom, right?
Normally, the more popular ones are the half ones, which we call it pichera.
Yeah.
The
But
half
it's so
ones. But
hard to
what I'm
wear,
wearing is
especially you put it on your head and you
yeah,
all get messed up. Yeah.
yeah. You will need somebody to help you wear
Yes,
it
yes.
or unwear it. But what I'm wearing right now is a full open one too.
Ah, okay. Ah,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
full
So
open.
that makes it easier because now it becomes
Yeah,
like a polo shirt, but it's
yeah,
not. Okay,
yeah.
now there's a lot of people too, especially the older guys. They want cufflinks on their barong. Is
Yes.
that something you guys could do too?
We do accept custom, the French cuff
Yeah,
thing.
French cuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We do have customers that will ask, "Can you do that in French cuff?" Okay. Yeah, but remember that all these custom made items, you will have to add extra, you know,
Of course, extra fee.
yeah,
Yeah, but
extra
long,
fee.
how long does it take though?
We still say 1 month.
Oh, because you have to
At
send it
least.
over to the Philippines.
Yes, we have to like send it. If they want to do that, it was still 1 month, or sometimes we say like 1.5 months. But we actually finish it earlier. It's just that it's better to like over promise, under deliver. We don't. I
That's
mean,
right. That's
you
right.
know, so
Yeah,
it's still
because
better like
you
we have
always
that.
want to have some cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes sometimes it happens. There are problems with shipping, and the weather in the Philippines, the events over there, and those things happen. But most of the time, we do our best to finish it earlier than what we promised.
Now, if somebody will walk to your store, to your Garden Grove store, and would like to select, would you have the fabric readily available?
Yes, we most of our items are ready to wear,
Yeah.
so you just have to choose if you want what kind of fabric. Uh, it's just a matter of design and the fabric. That's how the
What about if they want their own tailor to make them? Do you sell or do you carry just the fabric itself, the embroidered fabric
Not right now, but the next shop that I'll be putting up, we will have those.
in the artisan? Because some people,
Just the fabric with the design. Yeah.
right, because that's a lot of times that they want their own tailor to do it.
True. We've been encountering people who would just ask for the fabric itself because they want to tailor made it for them with somebody they know.
Now, Amiel, what if a customer walks into your store and said, "Okay, I want this fabric, but I want this style, and it's not part of your ready to made
Maybe to wear item.
RTW outfit." So is that something that would take a month because you have to send the
Yeah,
measurement back to the country to the
yeah,
film to Lumban and have it made? So it's always a 1 month at least
yeah.
if
At
you want
least.
ready if you want that custom made ready to wear that you have that in your store readily available.
Yes. Usually that they will ask. I want that design, but in a different color.
Yeah.
The
So
color one, yeah.
so
Okay,
the
all right.
one that you have
If you can wait.
combination of Mandarin as well as traditional
I'm
color.
sorry.
You do have the two combinations. You do
Yeah,
have the Mandarin, which is
and
the
the sport.
Chinese color, and as well as the traditional color, like what you
Yeah,
have in your
yeah.
store.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as color,
Color, yeah.
yeah. Do you have all the rainbow colors there too?
Right now, we only have the more popular ones: the blue, the gray, the black, the brown. But if they want like a livelier color, a different one, the colors of the rainbow,
Yeah. Because
the
I've
United
seen
Colors of
I've
Benetton,
seen
we can do
barongs
that.
that's like fading. Like they have the light
Yeah.
like light red and then it becomes solid at the
They call that ombre. Like
ombre.
ombre barong. I don't know why they
Yeah.
call it ombre, but in Lumban we call it monochromatic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like monochromatic because
Yeah,
it's like grading, right? From
yeah,
light to dark or from dark to light.
yeah. That's what we
Yeah.
call it in Lumban. I don't know who popularized the word ombre.
Ombre.
Yeah, we don't use it in noble creations just because we all, Lumban. It's
Yeah.
monochromatic for us.
Okay, now when your store currently is in Garden Grove, what
Yes,
are your office hours?
we're Mondays to Saturdays 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and we're closed on Sundays.
Okay, is it by appointment only, or you could just walk in?
You can just walk in. If
Okay.
you're thinking of having it customized, whatever items that we have there that you want it customized, like in more of a custom size or custom made item, make an appointment.
Okay, when this custom, because I'm getting questions on my other phone, I'm hoping that they would put it on the main. I guess they're so embarrassed. So if it's a custom made, what is the mode of payment? Is it by deposit only? Is it 25, 50, 25? Or do you pay upfront?
You have to pay upfront, yes.
Yeah. Now for your RTW, I'm sorry.
It will turn out the same thing. I mean, you pay half and you pay half after. It's the same thing. I mean,
okay, for your RT, because I know for custom made you cannot return it. What
Yes.
about you know, it's been a habit. I was just talking to a good friend today because, like, you know how people would go to Costco or other shop, and then they buy it, they don't like it, they take it home, they return it. What about barongs? Is it something that you would allow them to return?
the ones that you buy from our shop, since you're there and you're wearing it and you're trying it on already, we don't accept returns.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, the one online, yes, we do have like a 7-day window to return.
As long as it's not worn.
As long as it's not worn, it's in original condition.
That's
Because
I think we need to clarify that, Amiel, because people nowadays have a habit.
Oh yeah, we know that.
We know the drill.
Yeah. During my first year of business, we have this like 2 or 1 month return policy, and you know what happens. Barong, after they use it, they'll send it back, which is not. There are people who does that, and you know that too. So we're trying to avoid that. So we shortened the window for our return policy. So there's no reason actually for you to take it for you to take longer than 7 days to realize that it's not for you. So we're being very strict on that return policy because it's been being abused, especially on our kind of product, which is more like a seasonal or like a seasonal item that once they wear it, they'll just return it, and they'll those are the bad habits that we have sometimes that we're trying to avoid. And as a business in a business point of view, it doesn't help us economically.
Well, it's true too, because yours is a unique classic product that it's not like you go to a department store and you could buy it off the rack. Because it's a specialty store, and if it's a specialty store, it's one of a kind. So it would be more costly to replace. And again, what is your advice though? What is the typical number of barong should a person should own? Yeah.
Well, for now, I'm saying that at least a Filipino or Filipino descent should have at least 1 barong and 1 Filipiniana in his or her closet. Because there's a lot of Filipinos there who hasn't worn a barong ever. So at least you should have one. And for sure you'll like it. You'll be very proud of what you're wearing because that's who you are. And that's when you're going to appreciate our culture, and hopefully you'll buy more because you're not just wearing your own color, your own skin. You're helping a community. You're helping the continuance of the legacy or the tradition that we Filipinos have.
Yeah, and it's a good thing too, because once you have one, you start with one, just like anything else, and you have the feel of it. And a lot of times, on the average, people that I know, they have, especially if they do a lot of Filipino parties or any events for that matter that requires formal wear, they normally have at an average three different kinds and different styles. One may be traditional color, the other one will be Nero,
Chinese
the other one will be the Mandarin / Chinese color. And I think once you have 3 or 4, that's good enough because you could just interchange that, and then you do the pants for guys. with the Filipiniana dresses, that's gonna be tough at least because once, especially with our females, they want once it's been photographed, they don't want the same one. But I've seen a lot of people wearing the one they call it I mentioned it the bolero,
The bolero.
and then they could interchange that with a different
So very
yarn.
versatile.
Yeah, different materials, different gowns. Or nowadays, what they do too is a lot of patadyongs or the shawl
Yeah.
or the
Sure.
alampay. I've seen
The
a lot of those.
alampay, the panuelo.
Yeah, panuelo, and they do that, especially nowadays because I mean it's common now. There's this new wave of Maria Clara and Ibarra because of
I
the
heard. I heard.
GMA show. So there's now even in the Philippines, there's people who wants to have their own barong, they have their own Maria Clara, they have their own alampay. So it's a resurgent because of all these things happening in media. So that's awesome. Awesome.
A lot. It helps a lot when they're putting up programs like this ones, and when celebrities, Filipino celebrities, will be wearing Barong Tagalogs and Filipinianas in all their events, not just in the Philippines. If they go to another country, especially, I mean, there are Filipinos who are receiving awards from different, award-giving bodies, and if they wear Barong Tagalogs and Filipinianas, it helps popularize that image to the younger ones, even to those young Filipinos that wasn't born in the Philippines.
Yeah,
They'll
because a good
appreciate
example
it.
when Megan Young, Miss World
Well,
2013, and she won, right? And
yes,
then she became host of the annual Miss World and Mr. World. She would wear something Filipiniana, and she
yes,
would wear really the terno, modernized terno, of course, but you
but
could tell
still,
there's so much pride and she's being complimented in that. And
yeah,
I have to yet to see that with the male celebrities doing that when they do receive awards or when they do acting awards in foreign countries like in
yeah.
France for Cannes or in Italy for Volpi. That would be a sight to see that. That would be wonderful.
And you will see how beautiful it is. It's, yeah, as what you said a while ago, Jush. It stands out everywhere. Everywhere they go, if they wear the Filipinianas or Barong Tagalog, it stands out and it's classic. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and
So
and I have to mention that one of our politicians who is a non-Filipino, he's the former mayor of His name is Jim Deere. I don't know if you encounter him. Every occasion that he would go to, whether it's formal or semi-formal, he's a white guy. When we call him a white guy with the heart of Filipino, and he will always wear barong, always. So I
wow.
think I need to introduce you to him. He's been the
Oh yeah.
ex-mayor of Carson, and now he is a councilman of Carson. He's one of those that the moment I met him to this day, I was in a one award show a couple of 2 months ago in January. Oh yeah, last month, and, everybody was wearing tux, including myself, or suit and tie. He's wearing a barong.
Yeah.
And then one occasion again, it's not even a Filipino event. He's wearing a barong. So I said, you could really be an ambassador for people wearing barong. And he's so happy with it. He said it's a beautiful barong, and it was a gift from another person from the Philippines. And it's just amazing. That's why I need to mention that. And this is a white guy, a tall 6-footer white guy, and he was wearing a barong.
Yeah, and the beauty of that, especially with the Filipinos, especially with us, we appreciate, foreign nationals who are wearing, Barong Tagalogs and Filipinianas. We don't have that, mentality that you're not supposed to wear this because you're not Filipino. Us,
Correct.
we're proud. We're like, as long as you're respecting our culture, you're wearing our national dresses. We're like really proud, and appreciate those kind of gestures.
Wonderful. Now, the last thing that I need you to talk about to us is because I came across a write up on you that you are doing a project for the people of Lumban. Is that something? Are you allowed to talk about?
Yeah,
It's a project that you're putting together to revive the industry. Something to do with that? Can you talk about that? So at least I'm so proud of what you're doing because it's not easy to conceptualization is tough enough, but the implementation itself and it's a whole
yeah,
write up on you. Go ahead.
yes, yes. Um, I've always had this dream. I mean, had this dream of mine, like, to to help the embroidery business in Lumban. The continuance of the legacy. That's all what I'm thinking every time. In fact, back in college, my thesis. I mean, I'm an architectural student.
Yeah.
My thesis is about putting up a infrastructure in showcasing embroidery products of Lumban, and I've had plenty of awards with that thesis too. When I finished that one, and then I actually became a municipal councilor also of Lumban, Laguna. When I was like 21, 22 years old, I was the youngest municipal councilor. I've always been passion. My passion is really to bring Lumban products to the world and make Lumban still the sought after products. I mean, go to when it comes to embroidery. So this time around, I have to give back again because of the business that I'm doing. I have to make sure that the continuance of the legacy is still there. So by June of this year, I'm thinking that it should be done or it should be finished. That I will have a training center for an embroidery training center where we'll invite kids or youngsters to learn how to do embroidery because nowadays not a lot of kids in Lumban are interested in doing embroidery because everybody wants to be a TikTok influencer. They are all in their cell phones.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be professional, diploma-oriented kids. But in the process, I'm afraid that in the long run, we won't have embroiderers anymore. So what I'm thinking is that put up a training center that will teach kids to do, to learn how to embroider. And the only thing that I can attract them to doing this or entice them to do this is that at the same time while learning, I'll be giving them something in return too, just for them to attend. They will be given something, a gift or in monetary or in goods.
Yeah, monetary incentives.
Yeah, monetary incentives just for them to enroll and learn how to embroider. And if we can teach 10 or 20 kids in a year or in a summer vacation, that will be good enough for us every year. At least we know that there's still kids out there that knows how to embroider. And we already have the place to put it, and we're planning the structure. I mean, for now, we probably have a kubo or like a big open kubo to. Well, that's where they go. They do embroidery anyways in Lumban. They gather in an open space or at least a covered but open structure to do embroidery, and that's what I'm planning. I'll put up a open kubo in a lot that we have back home and entice students to enroll and learn how to do embroidery, and in return they'll have like monetary incentives or goods too.
Well, the good thing about this project, and I kudos to you, if this continue, this will save like what we mentioned earlier, the possibility of extinction of the hand embroidered.
Yes,
it's how people are going to the fast machine embroidered, and as we know, if it becomes an extinction, then it jack up the price because if nobody's doing it anymore, then the possibility of it being extinct, and then people will just settle for the machine embroider, which is it's night and day as far as quality is concerned, if you ask me.
Yes, it will be a sad day for us, and I mean especially for the people of Lumban. I mean for the whole Philippines, it will be a sad day for everybody if the art died because no one cares about it. So we have to do our part.
Kudos to you though. That's amazing. So this is happening this June, at least.
This June, yes.
This June 2023.
This June 2023.
Now let's talk about again your stores before we end. Where can they find you? Okay, let's start with your physical store. Okay, I know you're opening one in Artesia in the next
2 months.
In 2 months, so maybe April.
Yes. Grand opening is planned on March 18, actually. We'll
Okay,
have
wonderful.
soft opening on March 1st. Hopefully, we finished it on time, the renovation or the the shop, because we just had the key the other day. We
But
just
the Garden Grove, though, you're not closing that, right? So there'll be
no,
two stores
two stores.
by March, April, right?
Yes,
So
March
the
or April.
Garden Grove, give us the address again and the contact number slowly. Your store is
9522 Chapman Avenue, Garden Grove 92841.
okay, and it's called Noble
Noble
Creations.
Creatives. We're actually inside a Filipino store on that one, on that shop.
And what's the name of the Filipino store?
The sign says the Filipino store. So you won't miss it.
Okay, it's inside the Filipino store for
Yeah.
Noble Creation. It's
Yeah.
1255 Chapman.
9522.
9522 Chapman in Garden
Chapman
Grove.
Avenue, Garden
Now,
Grove.
if you are not able to go there by March, April this
Yes.
year, there'll
You
be
can,
one in Artesia. Are you allowed to give the address yet, or
yes. It's at 12143 South Street, Artesia, California, 90701.
say
Yes.
that again?
12143
12143 Artesia,
South Street. Yeah,
South Street in Artesia.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the contact number to get hold of you?
That's 800-994-8629.
Can
Again,
you
that's
repeat?
800-994-8629.
Okay, and then if you are interested to see some of the wonderful creations of Noble Creations, and you could check them online even as soon as we finish this show, and you could go to
www.noblecreationsonline.com.
and let's go with so it's noblecreationsonline.com. Now, if they're gonna follow you on Facebook, what are your Facebook addresses or handle?
It's at Noble Creations Online.
Okay, and that's
Facebook
Facebook.
and Instagram and
Okay, so
TikTok.
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
TikTok, yes.
Oh, so it's all Nobles Creation.
Noble Creations Online. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So
Yes.
see,
Please follow us.
yeah, please do follow them. And when is the big event? His first ever baptism of fire in the New York Fashion Week. It's gonna be this coming weekend, right?
Next weekend. Next weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
This is
that
the real
is
deal.
February
February 10.
February 10 at 3 p.m.
3
Where?
p.m. at Gotham Hall, New York City.
Gotham Hall, New York City. And if you are people who are listening to us from New York, or you have people, friends, family, please do support, so at least you see firsthand and you could see his creation and of Noble's creation of the of Lumban, Laguna.
Yes, we're bringing Lumban in New York.
He said it's all piña. I would love to see those, but definitely there's some videos that will be sent. But if you have a chance to go, this is to support a fellow Filipinos who is world class in designs of something uniquely Filipino. I think this is a sight to see, especially this is his baptism of fire in New York Fashion Week.
Excited and nervous about that. Yeah.
You shouldn't be, because Filipinos are always in full support of that. And please make sure, if you have not talked to the consul of New York, please do invite him. They would be more than glad to support you. The people in New York are very supportive of Filipinos like this, especially if you're doing the barong. I know the congen there would be very, very happy to support that. So if you have not reached out to them yet, let me know. I will invite them on your behalf, or I'll have you connect with them, because it's important they will have presence in there. That will give you more attention as well as exposure in the Filipino American community in New York and suburbs, because New York is well known for tri-state. So there's tri-state that convene in there, and that would be I could smell success now already on your show. But congratulations.
Thank you,
Ahead of time. I can't wait to see your collection one of these days too. So with that, any message for your fans, supporters, as well as clients and potential buyers?
Yes. Thank you, Jush, again for inviting me and for the opportunity that you provided to help us promote the embroidery business of Lumban, Laguna. Noble Creations is a family entity that our primary objective is to showcase the embroidery products of Lumban, Laguna, and this is the the skills that we inherited from our ancestors, and that we wanted it to continue. And it can only happen if through through informations, to patronization of these products. So whatever you have, whenever you purchase Barong Tagalog, or maybe the Barong Tagalog or the Filipinianas you're wearing are from Lumban, and and if you buy it, if you patronize it, you're not just wearing something that you like. It's helping the community that relies on that business. It's helping the continuance of our tradition and the legacy, and making sure that this art survives the test of time. And that's all we need. And thank you again for helping us promote this product.
No, the
Thank you.
pleasure is more than ours because I think this is you got I keep telling you it's a world-class product. It just needs to be reintroduced, introduced, and discovered by the world because we are very proud of what you have accomplished to bring that unique product that is exclusively, beautifully done, handcrafted. It's not run of the mill, and it's something that people should take notice of the quality of the people of Lumban, Laguna had produced. And like what you said, it's a dying art that you are a proponent of bringing it into the surface and the discovery of such product back to the consciousness, not only Filipino Americans, but the world. So
Yeah.
anything that we could do to help, and our viewers, listeners, and our team replay, please do watch the show about this of Amiel Noble or Noble. And of course, definitely check out www.noblecreationsonline.com. Reason being is you would see some of the creation. It's very reasonable. I've seen like $84 to $600 or $700, but there's a lot in between. And one of the reasons why I was so excited to guest you is because when I go to Manila, most of my friends from different states would always ask me to go buy them barong. And normally it costs between $150 to $200, depending on the quality. And I have to bring them over here. And now you guys, and I know you guys are watching or will be watching, I don't have to do that anymore. I will just send you to Noble's Creations, or if you are in LA, or
Yes.
noblescreationsonline.com. So that solved a problem for me. I don't have to be your buyer anymore. So
Yeah.
now it's very reasonable. I was surprised. I was expecting really your prices will be like $150 to $200, just like in the olden days. But now I've seen $84 and it's so beautiful, beautifully made. So
Thank you. Thank you, Jay.
yeah, please do check him out, and then of course, one a event that you want custom made, Amiel is the place to go to. Don't go to any because I've seen some barong that are not really to my taste. That in some Filipino stores, that's all crumpled and ruffled. Please don't do that. I mean,
Yeah.
be proud of your heritage. Go for the quality. Go, as I said, go the distance and go to noblecreationsonline.com or Noble's Creation Store for that matter. So Amiel, maraming salamat. Thank you for spending some time. So it's, oh my God, see, we go over than usual because I was so excited. So it's
Yeah.
almost 2 hours that we're talking, and it was so
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
Yeah,
You didn't even realize that.
yeah, see, because we were talking, but congratulations ahead of time with your stint in New York Fashion Week. I know it will be such a success because you have a product that proudly Filipino, by Filipino, for Filipinos, Filipino abroad for that matter. And so I wish you good luck as well, and congratulations ahead, and break a leg, and then we're going to be with you in spirit. and then let us know what happened to New York. Feel free to guest anytime. Just give me a call or email me or text me. Anything that you have, especially for your launch, I will be more than glad to feature you, because we want to make sure people like you, business like you, will flourish, because you are providing livelihood to people in the Philippines, our homeland. And this is uniquely Filipino. I'm so proud of what you have accomplished, what you're doing for the community, and congratulations. At maraming salamat for spending time and giving us some tips on how to take care of our barongs, different kinds of barong, different designs, different fabrics. This is really eye-opening in Alam Mo Ba? And I know for a fact that our listeners and viewers have learned a lot, and now they know more about Barong, not only your company, but the beautiful thing the people of Lumban is doing for the community. So maraming salamat.
A pleasure is mine, Jush. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm always ready whenever you need a guest to fill.
No, definitely. When you're not busy, I'll even invite you to guest host for me in one of my, because I have another show that I think you will be wonderful in that too, because of the background that you have. Yeah. So anyways, those people who will be watching my other show tomorrow, it's Dear Kuya Josh. Our topic tomorrow is B for believe, T for trust, and S for surrender. BTS, because when I was talking to a friend this morning, they said, "Is that the Korean group?" I said, "No, it's believe, trust, and surrender." So it's a good letter that was sent to us. It's eye-opening. At the same time, it is you learn a lot of lessons from this gentleman's experience. I think it's something to be talked about with this new year. So it's BTS tomorrow, Believe, Trust, and Surrender. Dear Kuya Josh, it's at 2 p.m. in the Philippines, in other parts of the world, depending on your time zone or your location. But here tomorrow, it's 10 p.m. in the Pacific, or PDT, Pacific Daylight Saving Time. So before I close my show, every show, I always tell them, be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness. And any act of kindness that you do to people, it will come back to you. It's guaranteed. It will come back to you in so many ways, so many forms, and in different times. So with that, again, Amiel, maraming salamat. And good night to everybody. People watching us will be watching from Team Replay. Maraming salamat. I am so still in awe and out of words in gratitude for sharing the show to a lot of people. Maraming salamat po. At we truly are happy that you're doing all this for us. And let's support our own fellow Filipinos, especially Amiel and his business, and also his stint at his first baptism of fire, the New York Fashion Week. So maraming salamat po. If I don't see you tomorrow, you have a wonderful weekend, whatever's left of it, and you have a wonderful week next week. God bless us all. Good night, everybody. Good night, good morning. Bye, Amiel. Hold on naman yan. Hang out, okay? Yeah. Bye.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.